Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Bridge. I don't know if they do this every month. They do it some months, and, well, at least they do it some months. And every so often I notice that there's a 3-day Stars and Platinum Robot Invitational. Where, I don't know what you need to do to get a star on BBO, but you can also enter this if you have 5 Platinum points, which obviously I do. And I think these events are more interesting than the usual day-longs because they're the same format, but the entry requirements are much higher. I mean, it's not super-duper hard to get 5 Platinum points if you're an okay player and you want to get some. But a lot of people don't have any, so you can't, have complete bozos. Well, you don't have as many complete bozos entering the event. And since it's sort of a premier event, it's, a bit... do they use the good robots for this? I don't actually remember. Let's go look. But it's also 16 boards instead of just 8. About. Format. I don't know what hand selected to eliminate boring deals means. Results, the robots. They're called Gib. It doesn't say whether it uses advanced robots or not. Probably not, then. Anyway, so it's just declare 16 hands, and we're in 3 no trump here. The most obvious problem with the hand that I see is that you'd like to set up 3 club tricks, but the south hand doesn't have very many entries. Suppose trick 1 goes 8, jack, ace, club to the jack. Well, they're ducking that. And now, if you play a diamond to the ace and another club, they can win the second round, and you don't have a guaranteed entry to the south hand to continue cashing clubs anymore. You might have time to set up the 9 of diamonds as an entry, and indeed perhaps even the 5. Like, say you go spade to the ace, club, diamond to the ace, club pitching, heart? They win it, and maybe they lead a heart through the ace, queen, 9, but you put in the 9, and so East can't return another one. At some point, they'll let you in. At this point, they let you in with a spade, a heart, or a diamond. You can play the king of diamonds and then the 8, lose the 8. Now the 9 is an entry back to your hand, and the clubs come in, and you end up with 3 diamonds, 3 clubs, 2 spades, and a heart, plus maybe some more tricks. So that seems like a plausible line, where maybe you could overcome the club blockage. But a simpler approach might be to just win the king of spades. You give up on the possibility of multiple spade tricks, but is that really something you were going to risk anyway? Maybe, maybe not. So what if you do play the king? Now jack of clubs, when they hold, you're like, that's fine. I'll cross the ace of diamonds, play another club. They win, let's say West wins and plays a heart. That's what you're most afraid of, right? You put in the 8. East wins, I don't know, a spade? You jump on the ace. And cash the clubs. You've taken 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just need one more trick. But you've lost a club, potentially 2 spades, a heart, and you're planning to lose a diamond, so I'm not sure that works. It might be best to play a low spade after all. And it's quite likely West has at least one of the spade honors, perhaps even both. But if East plays an honor on this, we can win with the ace. Well, first of all, if the 8 wins, we're very happy. But if East plays an honor, we can play ace and then low, finesse it a second time in spades. There's no point like leading clubs specifically from this hand. We might as well make use of the entry. So I think that's probably the best approach. Make use of this entry to take a spade finesse. That produces some tricks, right? Now the club. And so you could overtake here to guarantee that you can get 2 club tricks without any entry problems, but making it impossible that you would get 3. I don't think I'm in that much of a hurry. I think I'll let them have this if they want. I don't know. I mean, if diamonds are 4-1, ducking this club is very dangerous. That would be only 8 tricks. But if I overtake this with the queen and then play out the king, suddenly clubs are a problem. The opponents might set up too many club tricks. So I think I just have to play low here and hope nothing disastrous happens. Oh, they actually won the ace. Wow. I don't think a human would make that mistake. They would assume I have a reason for leading clubs, but the robots don't think about what I'm thinking, and they say, oh, maybe we can set up some club tricks. So, we actually have only 2 losers here now. Assuming we take the spade finesse. So if diamonds are 3-2, we could lose 1 trick and then everything would be set up. We could also, though, try taking the spade finesse, play 2 diamonds, and what exactly? I guess you're never squeezing out more than... Well, okay. So if you won this, you could take the spade finesse, then play king ace of diamonds and all the clubs. Well, of course, you cash the second spade first, and then you'd have, if the heart finesse were onside, you might, and the player with 5 hearts also had 3 or more diamonds, you could squeeze them in the red suits and make 6. I don't think that's super likely. And it risks making only 4 when we have an easy 5 just sitting here. So I think I will pitch a heart, repeat the spade finesse. It suits 3-3 anyway. Spade pitching a heart. King duck of diamonds or king ace? Actually, I think just duck is better. Okay, well, if East is leading, if they win and return diamonds, then obviously we have the rest, because... Oh, look at that. Because if the suit actually is 4-1, leading the suit has sort of given it away. Which it was. That's very nice. Okay, I claim. So I think that should be a good result, because I would have expected, if diamonds were 4-1, that I wouldn't make 11 tricks. It was fortunate that East jumped on the 10. I mean, double dummy, it's correct, but I was planning to play low, not the 9, in case West had a singleton honor. Um, and East's diamond return. It turns out he doesn't have a choice, right? If East plays low, double dummy I can put in the 9. But when East plays the 10, what's he supposed to return? He doesn't have any black cards. A diamond gives away that suit, whether it's high or low. And a heart gives away that suit. So actually, I was sort of supernaturally a genius. Like, yeah. And West was wrong to win the ace of clubs. That was when they gave away the trick, I guess. Because I actually don't have a second entry to hand, as I had hoped I might. So I guess that's, I mean, I should have been punished for my greed here. Whereas if I had one trick one with the king of spades, spades are 3/3, so I don't need the finesses. Well, I do. It costs me, I don't know. Anyway. If West ducks this, my life isn't so easy anymore. But when he wins, I actually, in some sense, like I can't fail to make 11 tricks anymore. Anyway, we're in 5 diamonds on board 2. Opponents competing vigorously in hearts, but East is a passed hand and West was the overcaller. 10 of clubs. Boy, this 5 diamonds does not look very good. We're missing 3 aces, partner. How did we get here? What is 4 spades? An offer to play, I guess, because partner showed 4 of them. And I have a stiff heart, but partner doesn't like that idea. I see. Okay. Well, I mean, everyone else is in the same bad contract, so the idea is to lose as few tricks as possible. Dummy has 7 points. I have 15 is 22, so the opponents have 18. 7 and 11, maybe? Ish. West's 10 of clubs is surely from shortness. So East has the queen. West has the ace of hearts. I mean, I think I just want to like win this and play a diamond. A heart towards the king to pitch a spade looks sort of superficially appealing, but I think it just gives them more time to take a spade ruff. Or a club ruff, even. Play honors from hand, so in case I end up needing to ruff a club from dummy, I can do it high and be still comfortable. Now a spade. Good. Okay, so West has a singleton club and was really hoping his partner could win this spade. He underled his ace of spades, right? Trying to get to his partner's king for a club ruff, but that didn't happen. And his bravery hasn't cost him anything. They're still getting the 1 spade trick they always deserved. But it means I'm more relieved. I know they won't be getting 2 spade tricks. There's just no universe where I can avoid losing a spade, though. The Queen of Hearts is not dropping. Yeah, I'll just concede a trick. terrible hand. I'm not saying it's a bad 2-heart bid, 3-card support and a stiff in the suit that an opponent is bidding. Still a bit risky. Favorable, I think you should. Yeah, 2 hearts is good. It's just really it's a bad hand. We're in 3 no trump after spades were overcalled and raised. We only have 1 spade stopper. 1, 2, 3. So we need 6 tricks in the minors to come up with 9. But again, it's match points. Making the contract isn't the goal. It's outscoring the other tables. Still, I mean, seems like it's obviously correct to attack diamonds right away. That's where the best opportunity for more tricks is. The question is whether to also try a club finesse if the diamonds come in. Probably not, right? Because, I mean, yeah, the obvious reason is not to do it is that it risks the contract. But if West has the king of diamonds, it's pretty hard for him to also have the king of clubs. East would have a pretty flimsy overcall. So we just lead this. I guess one other point is you could play the ace here, just in case East's king is singleton. Is that more likely than West having the king and ducking it? Have I shown diamonds? I haven't. So if West has the king, I think that he might well duck. Holding, imagining, hey, Declare led the queen, but what if he only has the queen singleton, for example? Then by ducking, the defenders get 2 diamond tricks instead of 1. And Declarer only gets 2 diamond tricks instead of 4. And even if I had Queen X of diamonds, ducking seems fine. So I think this is a situation where if West had the king of diamonds, he might well duck. Even though covering could set up a trick for his partner's jack, it's unlikely. Whereas making things inconvenient for me seems more likely. So I think we should not say West definitely would have covered if he had the king, therefore let's play the ace. Instead, we should just follow through with the finesse. Unsurprised that it doesn't work, but you have to try things. They blocked the spades? No. Yes. What? East. Wow. It looked like they definitely could have untangled the spades if they had wanted. I have the rest of the tricks now. I'm just trying to understand what happened. East must have really wanted West to get in for a club lead through the ace, but West didn't get the message and tried a heart. Alright, I claim the remainder, pitching dummy's club on my last heart winner, and then diamonds are good. Or maybe West was afraid to unblock? What? Oh, he said stiff king. So, East led the 8. That's dangerous. I guess it makes sense to pin the 7, but I don't know if there are any specific layouts where that's actually helpful. I guess if South had King, Queen, 9? No. 8 pinning the 7 still is no good. Obviously, South can't have that because West would have led something different, but Gibb doesn't think that way. Wow. Is So that 8 of spades is still technically fine, but now this jack of spades is a real problem. If you had just played the 4 on the second round, you wouldn't have a problem. West partner could unblock his 9, and your 8 could drop to 6, and you could cash the spades. Wow. I mean, the thing is, I expect this result to repeat at many tables. So this isn't like a miracle for me. It might actually matter which spade you play at trick 1. Not because it like really makes a difference, but just any slight variation can affect Gibbs' random choices. And so maybe if you'd played the king, he would have tried the 4. Who knows? So that could be a good board. It shouldn't be bad. Like, even if you find the play of ace of clubs dropping the king before you try spades, you still don't have enough tricks, since you're going to have to lose a diamond to them at some point. Wow. Okay, we're in 1-0 after East opened a club. West passed throughout. Dummy has 4. I have 16. That's 20. So, what's up with East's club opening? Is it balanced? 12 to 14? That would give West 7. On average. Which you wouldn't double 1-0 with, so it's certainly possible. Could be that East is much stronger. Right? Could be East has 18 or something and West has only 2. But people are much more likely to be dealt 13 points than 18 points. East could have a shapely hand, but then it's sort of unlikely that we would have so many clubs. So more likely East has a 12 to 14 balanced hand. Longer clubs than... Well, probably longer clubs than diamonds. If East were like 4, 3, 3, 3, you would still open a club there, but most likely, since we have so many hearts, East's shortest suit is hearts. And that would give East something like 4, 2, 3, 4. So that's the most likely layout. Not the only one, but something to keep in mind anyway. I don't see any reason to play the jack here. It seems very dangerous for no reason, so let's play low. Okay. They're letting us win the first diamond. Okay, I'll attack hearts. I don't have any brilliant ideas to do anything else. Really? Why not another diamond? Does East have the king of diamonds or not? He ducked trick 1 and then won trick 2 with the ace. I think if he had the ace and king, he would try winning trick 1 in case his partner has the queen. So I think he only has the ace. Curious. So that would give West the king of diamonds. Okay, East has 3 hearts. So the shape I thought was most likely has not occurred. 3, 4, 5. I can use my 1 dummy entry to take a club finesse. You could also try leading a spade to the queen, hoping East has the ace and can't afford to play it, but that doesn't really do anything. You're always getting one spade trick, and you can't, like... That just allows you to take a spade trick without spending a tempo on it, but I don't need the tempo. I need the entry to make real tricks, and a club finesse would be a real trick. Alternatively, we could try just conceding a diamond and make them lead something. They're going to get their diamonds eventually anyway. Unless West really has king fifth, which I don't think adds up. I think West has king fourth. So if I exit a diamond, West cashes another diamond, I pitch a spade from dummy, a club from hand. They have to lead something, and they're not going to like it. I think that's a good idea. No, Ace did have ace-x. Weird duck. But now they have to lead something. Okay, it's a club. I'm a little short of entries here, aren't I? I should have pitched a heart from dummy instead of a club. I didn't think I would need a hand re-entry to my club. I think I don't. I can play... Oh, West had the king of clubs. Okay, interesting. Well, this spade, surely East has the ace. He'll either win it, and then I have a hand re-entry, or he'll duck, and I'm in hand to cash the ace of clubs. Okay, got away with that one. It's a good thing I didn't try the club finesse. That would have been even worse than exiting a diamond. Strange that West East ducked trick one. No. Yeah. Why? It says it's fine. But... I don't know. Yeah, it says that beats me. You exited a heart. Well done. I cashed this, and the issue is West, after cashing the diamonds, has to play a spade, not a club. But he doesn't know. So, I mean, I guess the exit put some pressure on him. 2 no trump. Anyway, that one should be a good score, I think. Okay, 18 in dummy. I have 7 is 25. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. Nobody could overcall at the 2 level. Fine. Seems pretty clear to play low here. Question is, what do you do next? I guess it depends whether they win this. They don't. So, we only have 1 stopper left in hearts. We can only really attack 1 suit. Clubs is the suit most likely to set up because we have 8 of them, not just 7 spades. So if the clubs break 3-2, how are we looking? We have 1, 2, 4 more clubs is 6. 2 diamonds is 8, so that would be making 2. Nobody overcalled. West led a low heart to the king. So the thing is, we could try to be a little greedier by leading a club to the jack first. It blocks the club suit, but that doesn't really matter because we kind of need clubs to be 3-2. And if they are 3-2, then the ace of diamonds is an entry to untangle the clubs. This could help in a couple of ways. First of all, East could have the singleton ace of clubs and be forced to play it when we lead a club to the jack, and then the suit would set up, whereas leading the king would leave us with a loser. The other is, if we were really supremely greedy, we could play a club to the jack, and when East ducks, we could try a spade back to the king. Then, if West has the ace of spades, he kind of has to duck. And we've stolen a spade trick and can get back on to clubs. I think low to the jack of clubs is probably a good idea. The spade afterwards seems like probably a bad idea. Actually, wait a minute. Is low to the jack of clubs good? Because, yes, if East has stiff ace, you've solved the suit in a way where you wouldn't have otherwise. But what if West has stiff 10 or 9? Then you've blown up your chance to finesse against East's remaining 10 or 9. After playing king, let's say ace wins immediately. Queen, discovering the bad news that West has stiff honor. But it's not bad news because you still have a small club in dummy to lead towards the 8. So actually, I think yes. In isolation in clubs, of course you would prefer to play low to the king, but we're in dummy and hand entries are not free, so you don't do that. If you're going to lead from dummy, you would rather lead the king, because there's twice as many ways for West to have stiff 10 or 9 as there are for East to have stiff ace. And the other consideration of wouldn't it be cute to win the jack and then steal a spade trick? I think that's probably just a bad idea. So in the end, I'm going to do the boring thing everyone else on BBO is doing. I'm going to lead the king of clubs. But at least I thought about some alternatives. Oh, really? They're not hammering on hearts. This is great news. Jump on this. I don't think it matters very much which hand wins. Yeah, I don't know. Let's... Because I have entries to both hands in clubs, right? So let's win this with the ace, preserving the king 8 as some sort of threat against West in some weird universes, maybe? I don't know. And also so we can lead up to the king, queen, jack of spades. Now a heart, surely. Yes. Okay. Turns out I didn't want this diamond very badly after all. And now if either clubs or spades breaks, we have the rest of the tricks. If neither breaks, we don't really have much of a squeeze coming, I don't think. But I don't know. I'll cash the king of diamonds first. I'm not sure if that matters. I couldn't think through the details of what might happen. Okay, the clubs are coming in, so we can pitch dummies 2 spade losers on the last 2 clubs. Fantastic luck. The opponents did not defend correctly, and at other tables they might. The line in clubs didn't matter. But a spade to the king would have been dangerous. It turns out hearts, maybe unsurprisingly, are 4-4, and so they only have 2 heart tricks coming, plus their 2 aces, but it's more than they took against me. So I think it is right to be in a hurry and not want them to cash their hearts. Anyway, we seem to be in 4 clubs doubled. The good news is, in total points, the double doesn't... Sorry, in Just Declare, the double doesn't matter. Because it doesn't look like we're making it. But everyone else is in the same contract, so it's really the same thing, just try to make more tricks than the field does. West overcalled spades, and then spades, and then spades, and then East said, finally, North has bid clubs. I can double this for penalty. I wish you would stop bidding spades and had let me double it earlier, partner. Okay. East pitches the 3 of hearts. West continues a heart. West's spades were ace, king, queen, 10, 6th. Pretty strong, of course. Given the auction, that's not a surprise. Any bets on whether we can rough a heart? I think A, no, and B, I'm not sure I would want to if I could. Right, it would have to be the 13th heart, and that might very well be over roughed anyway. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Maybe I should actually be... Oh, East pitched a heart on the second spade. So he might actually be out of hearts at this point. So you want to lead a heart up to the queen, not just lay down the queen, because that way if East roughs, he's roughing a small one. The question is, how many diamonds do you cash before doing that? I think just one? Because you'd sort of like to be able to rough a spade as well, right? Scoring these small trumps. We're not going to be able to draw trumps very effectively. East has a pretty good trump holding, whatever it is. And so I want to preserve my dummy entries. And I don't think East is going to be able to pitch, like... No one's going to be able to get rid of their second diamond. Like, imagine if we played a diamond to the ace and played a heart. Let's say East is out, and he cleverly sees that we're planning that his rough would be wasting a trick. So he discards instead. The only thing he could discard would be a diamond. Is that his last diamond? Obviously not, because if it were, it would mean he started with 1 spade, 2 hearts, and 2 diamonds. And therefore 8 clubs, which we're quite sure he doesn't have. So, I don't think there's any danger of the king of diamonds getting roughed if we don't cash it right away. It could get roughed because, like, maybe East has 5 diamonds and West has only 1. But in that case, like, it's getting roughed kind of no matter what. And catching the second one is just even... Cashing it right away is even worse. Okay, they both follow here. Good, these all live. And now... I think I do want to play a spade. Because I don't think we can draw trump. I mean, so, like, we could play a heart here, or a club, indeed. There's only 1 heart left, so we would lose a heart, and then the last heart would be a winner. Maybe that is actually an idea, because it would let me get heart ruff in dummy. Unless the opponents play 2 rounds of trump, which they're not going to do, right? And if they do, I'm not sad about it. Yeah. Let's try that, actually. East ruffs his partner's winner. Got him. So it looks like West had 6, 3, 2, 2? Maybe? I think I can afford to rough this with the 9. East could be wrong. It could be, but like I don't think West was putting in the queen from Queen X, right? So he's probably out of diamonds. Yeah. So now we know West's shape for sure. He has 2 clubs. East has started with 4, but has only 3 remaining, actually. So I think low club to the jack is better. There's some chance, some fairly large chance, that... No? East should win this. And play another diamond. Then I wouldn't be able to rough high enough. And West's, 8 would be promoted. Maybe East has the 8. I think I've lost track of the 3 of clubs. Maybe West has 4-3 doubleton. No, West has the ace. I see. Okay. Well, down 1 is great. Couldn't ask for a better result on that one, I don't think. It says down 1 is what I deserved. Did they slip a trick by roughing the heart? Probably not, right? Yeah. Definitely it says you must lead a heart. I guess a club now. Low club apparently is fine, but yeah, it doesn't matter if East roughs or not, apparently. And I can rough with anything. Even the king would be fine. Wild, okay. I assume I'd then have to finesse East's 8 or something like that. Yeah, and a heart here would have been a disaster. Low club to the jack was the only play. All right, got pretty lucky, I think. 1-no, 3-no. They have found a club lead, which I greatly appreciate. I mean, you work on clubs, right? What are you doing in diamonds is maybe a question you should be asking yourself. Also, what if this club is a singleton? It seemed unlikely. Who leads singletons against 1-no, 3-no? Not very popular. Okay, ace. Now we have at most 1 loser. 10 of hearts. Okay. We could try a diamond finesse against either player for the last trick. Or we could look for some kind of squeeze. A double squeeze around hearts looks sort of promising, except that, like, it requires only one player to have a spade stopper, meaning that, like, they have the queen and the jack, or they have 5 of them, which is not super likely. And then it requires the other player to have the queen of diamonds, which is not, like, impossible. The thing is, though, it's sort of like, oh, that's just worse than a 50-50, right? Because you need the player with the queen of diamonds to not be the one who has the spade guard, so that's like 50-50, more or less. Although actually a bit better, because it's more likely for 2 things to be in different hands than in the same hand. So that's a little bit better than 50%, but not by much. But it's actually much worse than 50 because you also need only one player to have a spade guard. So you could just, like, take a diamond finesse and that would be better, I think. However, the double squeeze also can succeed if, like, the situation I was describing doesn't occur. Like, let's say both players have a spade guard. But the queen of diamonds drops doubleton, or singleton. I mean, singleton anybody's going to pick up. But if you're not finessing for the queen of diamonds, you can afford to play the king and ace in the ending. So that's an improvement for the squeeze line. There's also a possibility of a compound squeeze, which I'm less familiar with. Like, I studied them, but they just come up so much less often that I don't remember all the details. So in a double squeeze, you need one suit that potentially both defenders have a stopper in, which in this case is obviously hearts. And for each of the other 2 threat suits, here spades and diamonds, to be guarded by only one defender. Actually, now that I look at it, it's a little awkward, isn't it? Because South has all the threats. So pretty much no squeeze is going to work that way, or no double squeeze anyway. But if we make the diamond threat the 7 instead of the jack, we can give North a threat. And that works anytime, like, the diamonds are 4-2, then the 7 can be just as good a threat as the jack would be. But for the compound squeeze, you only need one suit that's stopped by only one defender. And the other 2 suits can be guarded by both defenders. You need more entries for this kind of thing to work, but we have a lot of entries, so it seems possible. If we were going to play a compound squeeze, we would require that West have the diamond guard, because North's only threat is a diamond. And in a compound squeeze, well, we could guess differently. Guess that actually East has all the spades, and then we could play that diamonds are the suit that both defenders guard. But more likely is that the diamonds are 4-2. So if we give West the diamond guard, you need, in a compound squeeze, that the singly guarded suit, the threat, sits above the guard. So in this case, the 7 would be above West. So it won't work if East has the long diamonds. Do we have the entries for all of this? I think probably. The idea would be to cash Queen of Clubs, I think Ace King of Diamonds, and then all the clubs coming down to dummy has 2 spades, a heart, and a diamond. That's 4 cards. So from the south hand, you come down to 3 spades and 2 hearts. You don't have enough cards for that. So you have to cash all but one club, and that squeezes one defender, West, who's guarding all three suits. He has to give up his guard in either hearts or spades. And then you have a double squeeze around the other of those two suits, which you will have the entries for. So I think that's a good idea. I think that's better than the finesse, because it's sort of a finesse in itself in that we're assuming West... it works anytime West has any 4 diamonds or more. And also anytime the Queen of Diamonds drops Doubleton. Which would be, I guess, when West has Queen Doubleton. I think that's better than the finesse. Plus, they might just misdefend. You never know. They might discard wrong. So let's try that. Queen of Clubs. Plus, it's just fancier. It's more fun than taking a finesse. You may as well play the Jack to the King, because you're planning to throw away all of South's diamonds anyway, and maybe that'll trick West into covering. Seems unlikely. Okay. Well, I spent a lot of time thinking, and it turns out the finesse works. I don't think the field is taking the finesse this way, though. They're going to go king and then hook, so I think we're looking great. And yeah, and West did have 4, actually, so even if he hadn't covered, I was home. Let's actually go look at that one. I think it's maybe not so easy to follow the line I was describing, and putting it in on the screen or on the table should help. So let's say West doesn't cover here. West plays low, and I don't know I'm supposed to finesse, so I go up with the king. And I follow through with my plan. I cash all the clubs, pitching dummies diamonds. West doesn't need his 3rd diamond, or his 2nd diamond, so he pitches that. Jack of clubs. East really only needs 2 hearts to guard the king 8, so he pitches 1. I pitch another diamond. West also only needs 2 hearts, so he pitches 1. No problem. Second spade. Second to last club, I should say. East can't... well, could pitch a heart, because West is still guarding the suit. But he doesn't need his 4th spade for anything, so may as well pitch that. I pitch a spade from dummy. And West is in a tough spot, right? You can't pitch a diamond setting up the 7. So he has to either get rid of his 2nd heart or his 3rd spade. And let's assume that I can read correctly what he's done, because let's be real, I probably will be able to. He'll pitch, let's say, a heart. And I'll say, there are 3 spades outstanding, 6 spades outstanding, and only 3 hearts. So, like, there's no... it's not likely that West has... well, anyway. It seems likely, we can guess, that West has abandoned his heart guard. That means it's now a double squeeze around spades that we're playing, because West guards the diamonds, East guards the hearts, nobody can guard the spades. So we have to cash the heart first, because if we play a club, East can let go of a spade, and I'll have to pitch either a spade or a heart from dummy before West has to commit to what he's discarding. So that's why we have to play a heart first to the king, and a spade back to the ace. Now we're in a position where the 4 of clubs squeezes East before it squeezes South. East has to pitch a heart, if he pitches a heart, it sets up dummy's heart. I throw a spade, cash king of spades, 8 of hearts. So he pitches a spade. I don't need the heart anymore because I know it's never going to be a winner. I throw it away, and now West is in trouble. His partner just gave up the other spade guard, right? So if he pitches a spade, I can play king 9 of spades. If he pitches a diamond, I can play diamond king of spades. So he's toast. And a symmetrical thing happens if West pitches a spade instead of a heart on this trick. We say, you know, there are 4 hearts out there. I bet the opponents both have a heart stopper. So let's play king of spades this time instead of king of hearts. And then back to the ace of spades. Now the club puts East in the opposite position, right? He can't pitch a spade. That sets up my spade. So he pitches a heart. I throw away the spade, and West is squeezed. If he gives up a diamond, I get the 7. If he gives up a heart, I get the hearts. So that's the compound squeeze that I was imagining. Is it better than taking a finesse? I'm not sure. I think it might be. Just because it's like... It wins... It wins if West covers the Jack of Diamonds. That's one advantage. So even on some layouts where let's say West has Queen third of Diamonds and I don't actually have the compound squeeze, he might cover anyway and I get away with it. But if West has any 4 diamonds, or Queen 9-8, East, or even if he has Queen 9x, East might not think he needs to hang on to the 8 or something. I don't know. So it's not clear whether it's better or worse than the finesse, but it's certainly more interesting. And on this layout, it happened to work better than the finesse most people are probably taking. I don't appreciate this heart lead, guys. I'd kind of like to win this and play a club, so that when I get to dummy, I can cash a club or 2 pitching my diamonds. Presumably they'll have cashed the heart, so I won't be able to pitch any of those. But what if you ducked? Just to make communication more difficult for them once you start doing other stuff. You're happy if they switch to diamonds or clubs. And if they switch to spades to take away your roughs, is it really so bad? You can go small, let's say Jack, Ace. You can still attack clubs, and you have the Ace of Hearts as an entry to dummy. You could even play Ace, King, Ruff a Diamond if you wanted. I don't know. I don't think there's much advantage, though. Well, the advantage is it makes it harder for them to do a trump promotion, right? I think we can duck this. Jack of clubs first. Highest priority is get those clubs going. Let's see how many of these clubs live. None of them. Okay. Well, so in that case, I think East probably has 3 diamonds. We know West has the queen, so East can't have 4. But is East really likely to have Jack X of diamonds and a stiff club? That would give him 4 spades, which is not impossible. But if so, I don't really mind him over-roughing. Yeah, okay, so the diamonds are now winners. I don't need to cash clubs to try to set them up. Although I don't think it would hurt to try. So we know East's shape, right? 3 diamonds, 5 hearts, and a club. That's 4 spades. Oh, I guess when I was thinking earlier about East having only 2 diamonds, I guess that would have given him 5 spades? Huh. So I think East is actually wrong to rough this. But it's hard for him to know that. Because I think at this point, can't I just exit a spade? The remaining spades are known to be breaking 2-2. East had 1 club. 5 hearts for the overcall. Exactly, because West raised. So 5 and 3. 5, 1, 3, 4 spades. He's played 3 of them already. because he ruffed twice and followed to the ace. So this spade exit will draw the both outstanding trump. I'll play the 10 in case I've miscounted and the king is gone, but it's not. Then they'll lead a heart. I can ruff in and cash my diamonds. Yeah. Nice. Making 4 should be a good result. I don't think I deserve to make 4. Oh man, I've been going at it for an hour and it's only 8 boards out of 16. What's the double dummy on this? Must be worse. Yeah, heart should hold me to 3. It was East's diamond switch that did it for them, huh? He has to try... he has to continue hearts? To take away my entry to dummy, I guess? Interesting. Did I ever try to give it back? Apparently, I was supposed to ruff the diamond immediately. Okay. And East gave it back to me by ruffing the last club, I suppose? Yeah, thought so. Okay, we're in 4 hearts doubled. Whew, what an auction. This is sandwich, right? No, that's right. They play this as natural. Okay, well let's do a little counting. I have 8 points. Dummy has 12, is 20. West has on average 16, so East has on average 4. But he doubled clubs, probably, I mean, penalty-ish, but it wouldn't be a shock if East had the king of clubs as well as 5 spades. We doubled 2 spades for penalty? Partner ran to 3 diamonds? This is insane. The double for penalty, you know, a little aggressive, but sure, whatever. Running with Jack X seems crazy. 3 spades is just like, it makes no sense. Yeah, okay, and now we're in a disaster. Okay. West cashed the ace of diamonds and continued diamonds. East playing high, huh? We know West's doubleton is spades based on the auction. So this can't be ace from ace X. So why lead it? And why is East encouraging? Maybe West has 5 diamonds to the queen, ace queen. We basically have, like, East has 1 honor, and our job is to figure out what it is. West played ace and a diamond. Pretty gutsy to do that if you have the queen, huh? Like the lead, yeah, maybe it could be right. But continuing? Looking at those diamonds and not knowing whether Declare has any more seems very dangerous. Whereas leading a trump should be fairly safe, I would think. So I think East actually has the queen. And that makes it pretty much his only card. I'm going to go up with the king here. Do I play another one, pitching something? I think so, because I need to get rid of all these losers somehow. Yes. Good. So now, East can't really have any other kings. I can play a low club to the queen whenever I want. Do I want to do it now, though? I'd probably rather pull trump. West doesn't have 5 diamonds. I think he has 4 hearts. I don't know whether he has 4 or 3 diamonds. Yeah, let's play a heart. Don't play a diamond? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this kind of sucks. I'll try a diamond and see what happens. Okay. That's pretty good. Because now all the hearts are gone. I can cross the jack of spades, rough back, cash the queen of spades, and go down 1. Pretty tough to do better than that, I think. I mean, we'll check the double dummy, I guess, but yeah, it should be down more. I think it was on the last time West was on lead that he made the mistake. You can't afford the spade. King of clubs, the ace. Diamond. Roughing is fine, but you can't play a spade. I'm not sure why you did. Like, isn't a club fairly safe? Or a heart? Weird. Another decent result, I think. Heart of spade. East bid clubs twice. Well, this king seems unlikely to live, doesn't it? Still, may as well try. All right. I mean, not much for me to think about yet. Ooh. Dummy had 11 points. I have 10. 21. So West could have something, but not a lot. So the heart finesse seems likely to succeed, but not guaranteed. I could try roughing this low and pitching a heart from dummy. It could easily get over-roughed, though, right? Like, West led the 9 of clubs. I think it's better to pitch from hand and rough in dummy. If West gets the 10 of diamonds, good for them. He doesn't. Okay. I think I need to take the heart finesse. Okay, good. Oh, West has the ace of diamonds. Nothing else, apparently. No roughs? Thank you. Ooh. The 10. So East's likely shape is 2 diamonds. We know 7 clubs. Two or 3 hearts. But so what do we know about West's? West presumably has the last diamond. And the rest of his cards are major suit cards. He already pitched 1 heart. But if West has the last trump, we can guarantee the rest of the tricks by a low heart ruffed, king, queen of spades. West can't ever ruff this. There are too many spades out there for West to be short. There's only 1 heart left. If West has it, and a diamond, he has 3 spades. And if West doesn't have it, he has 4 spades, and pitching 1 on the diamond won't help him. Yeah, I think I'll do that rather than trying to draw trump and hope the spades are good. I'll just hope West has 3 diamonds, which I think is true. Because playing the 10 is pretty silly if you don't have to in that position. Got him. Yeah, I mean, that seems like another great result. Opponent's silent. West didn't open, East didn't overcall. I mean, ducking this looks automatic, right? I don't want them to continue spades, and I don't mind if East is on lead. But then what? Hearts? Just because it sets up more entries to dummy to later take the diamond finesse, or as I take diamonds first, I'm kind of stuck on the hearts. The spades look like they're 4-4 from the 2 lead. So I'm not too concerned about those. Okay, heart finesse loses. What I don't want is a club from West, but it looks like I won't be getting that, so that's nice. I can afford to pitch 1 diamond here so that I still have 2 clubs in case I need to try the club finesse. I can always pitch my 2nd club on dummy's 3rd heart if necessary. I don't have to commit to doing it now. No, I am getting a club through, I guess. It's kind of rude. If I pitch a club and it goes club, queen, king, club back, I'm very sad. But I guess there's not much I can do about it, right? If I pitch a diamond, it goes like jack of clubs, queen, small, and then 10 of clubs smothering the 9 has not really accomplished anything for me, right? Yeah, okay. Good. So how do you play this diamond suit exactly? Missing the king and the jack. Don't you finesse both of them starting with the jack in case East has both? I guess the issue is if the first finesse loses, you're going to be in danger because they'll continue clubs. So you'd rather take a first finesse that has some chance of working. I don't know. I think that's probably wrong. Just go for it. Pinning the 8. What a genius. That's why I led the 9, just in case it was stiff 8. But okay, claim. Didn't need the club finesse. Good thing it was working. It would have been, if I'd played the ace, I would have not needed the club finesse. But of course, on the line I took, I would have taken fewer tricks if it were off. We're in 3-0. East overcalled a spade, and we're getting a spade lead. We can't really afford to lose the lead ever, huh? Because the opponents will take 4 spades. I suppose. We could try losing the lead quite early, let the opponents cash 4 spades, and see if they lead something advantageous to me. But they have enough entries that I don't think they're going to have to do that. So assume diamonds come in. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tricks. If diamonds don't come in, it's going to be an exciting place to be. I imagine N playing them at some point. Okay, they won the ace right away. That makes me happier, because now I can duck the king a little more comfortably. Ace, 9, 10, jack. So I'm pretty sure now the spades are 5, 4. Westwood led the jack if he started with jack 10 small. So he must have started with jack 10 fourth. So if I win the king, I could play 3 diamonds and then lose a spade to east. That would rectify the count for a club heart squeeze. Is that likely to work? East's spades were ace, queen, 5th. I mean, I don't think East is likely to have those cards. But what if I ducked this spade? Then anytime East has the queen of hearts, aren't I looking kind of okay? No. I need him to also have useful club cards. What is it going to accomplish if I win this? 3 diamonds, exit. East will have to play a club, win the ace. Cash all the diamonds, king of hearts. There is, I mean, I think that's a more likely squeeze than if I duck. Okay. So I'll win this. I think that, like, they can always defend correctly. You could just take a heart finesse, which could work, but I don't know. I think it's more likely East has it, right? Okay. Actually, wait a minute. Am I stupid? I don't have 2 pitches from dummy. I was thinking I could pitch a club and then, like, they can't play a heart because I would get the finesse, but that's not true. Because I'd have to pitch twice from dummy on the last 2 spades. So I think it might actually be that I should have cashed all the diamonds. I don't think it hurts too much that I didn't, because I can get back there and I don't mind cashing the king of hearts. West pitches a spare spade, confirming that he had 4. They're both pitching some hearts. Not a lot of clubs have been pitched, huh? I don't think I'm going to exit a spade. Yeah, that seems very, very bad. East has 2 spades and 1 card in the other 2 suits, so he's not going to get end played. Okay, good. I guess if I'd been counting, I would have known there was only 1 heart left. Alright, so the heart finesse would have worked. Yeah, maybe not my best performance. But I got the maximum number of tricks, so who's laughing now, huh? 1 club, 2 clubs. May as well play small here. If the queen wins, great. If not, we have a pitch for the diamond loser. If we tried to attack hearts to pitch the diamond from north, they would be able to knock out the diamonds before we could succeed. Well, that's not true. If we won the ace and immediately played hearts, we would outrace them. But it's simpler and safer. It's just there's higher upside and no downside. Like, hey, maybe the queen will win. No. Okay. I mean, I think at this point I could claim all of the remaining tricks. But I guess somebody could ruff this diamond. No. Okay, I'll draw the last trump and pitch the diamond on a heart or a spade. Boring hand. East opens, West raises, but they're leading clubs. So I imagine West has a spade on her, because otherwise he'd be willing to lead the suit. Maybe he's leading passively instead. I also kind of think West might have a singleton club, because Queen of Clubs from Queen Jack X or something here is super dangerous. That's not how the robots roll. So we're still losing a heart even if I pick up the clubs for no losers. But yeah, I mean, there's no... We may as well play the ace here, and then we can decide whether to finesse or not. Playing the king just doesn't really ever work. Unless East ruffed this, I guess. That would be a problem. Okay. May as well rough out the spades, I guess. I don't see this providing any benefit to me. Give them a chance to lead something if they want to. We've definitely led 2 rounds of diamonds, right? Yes. Okay, so the trump are gone. Just double check that. Okay, I mean, turns out it was Queen Jack 4th. Nothing we could do about it. So a boring 400. Everyone will get the same result. 21 points. We've been dropped in 3 spades. Looks like another boring one. Hopefully they don't get to rough out any of these diamonds. You actually there is a little bit of interest in the spade suit, I guess. How do you play the suit? You could play low, hoping to drop a stiff ace or king, or you could play the queen, hoping to drop a stiff jack, right? Well, wrong. Even if you play low, dropping a stiff king, like, you haven't really accomplished anything, have you? Because when you play low on the next round, or you play the queen, it'll get covered, and the jack is still a winner. And perhaps even the 8, if it turns out that it was East who has all of the spades. And if it's West with all the spades and East with a stiff honor, it still doesn't matter whether you guess it correctly. You can play the queen guessing wrong and then lead up to the 10-9 and still be fine. Whereas if you play the queen, dropping the jack, you have actually accomplished a little bit. So I believe you're supposed to play the queen here. Okay, the 8 is a notable card. It wasn't the 3. Alright, whatever. They had both. Well, let's hope nobody roughs this diamond. Good. So now I can pitch the club and later the hearts. They still have a spade trick, but that's it. I imagine most of BBO should have a similar result, but maybe somebody... There will certainly be some people who mess this up and lose a heart trick. 20 points this time. We've been raised to 3-0. We're definitely not ducking this because we don't want them to switch to spades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could set up 2 more tricks by just finessing in hearts, and even if it loses, we've set up 2 tricks. If it wins, we've set up 3, and we can work on clubs. That seems like the right idea. I don't want to think about anything else. That's obviously correct. Great. So that's the hearts. Now, what do we do about the minor suits? If clubs are 3-2, just like duck 1, and then 2 more. If clubs are 4-1, still duck 1 first, I think. It's really a bad idea to play the king here, because that's your late entry to the suit. It could pay off if this is like from Queen Jack Doubleton, because then you would get 5 club tricks by playing the king. But don't be tempted. It's a trap. You have to duck this. Does it matter if I cash other stuff here? I think I can afford to cash the ace, and then if the suit breaks badly, think about it. Okay, now we're fine. Whether East has one or not, we can pick up the clubs. Okay, claim. I don't want to know whether it was... Well, it wasn't Queen Jack Doubleton. It was Queen X. Oh, nice split. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you should do to force Declare to spend an entry early. If I'd had a different holding, the queen might have disrupted my plans. I'm not sure exactly what holding, but it's the kind of play you're supposed to make sometimes, and probably Gib judged right to make it given West's hand. I don't know the details. How'd we do? Great. 66. Excellent. Multiple 90s. Nothing below a 40. I like it. You guys have the stomach for a postmortem, do you think? Board 1, what happened here? I got lucky in getting to cash the clubs, although somewhat made my own luck. Board 2, not much we could do differently here. Everyone's going to be in this, and indeed they were. Board 3, yeah, I guess most robots were blocking the spades as well. Okay. Board 4, 1-0, a stupendous result for making it. What was so great there? I guess I got West to lead a club at some point. I don't think I did anything too special. I guess what I did was concede a diamond that I knew was going to let them run diamonds. Because I just didn't have anything better to do. And that gave West... Apparently the timing of that gave West a problem. And he solved it incorrectly. Whereas at the other tables, Declare didn't give him that problem. Okay, that's nice. Board 5, I thought we did well to make 4 here. They just, like, didn't find the heart continuation, but... I mean, I guess we did pretty much what everybody else is going to do, and they wouldn't find the heart continuation at those tables either. Fair enough. Board 6 did well to hold it to down 1. Okay. Nothing special, but good. Board 7, we got a 65 for making 6. Yeah. I mean, that checks out. I don't think most of the field is playing the compound squeeze, but neither was I. I just took a finesse. I think it's the opposite direction of the way the field would usually take the finesse, which is why we scored above average. I'm surprised it's not higher, actually. Okay. Board 8. 2 spades. Maybe the field caches clubs before trying the diamonds to find out which... Because this is a strong enough field, players might actually have rational plans. Maybe they cached the clubs before trying diamonds to decide who was more likely to have the queen of diamonds. West has fewer clubs, therefore more diamonds, and they finessed right for that reason. It's possible. Anyway, board 8. An excellent result for making 4 in my 2 spades contract. Yeah, ducking this heart, I don't think super mattered, but I guess it kind of did. Because it gave me an extra dummy entry to keep leading clubs, which convinced East to throw away a trump trick by roughing both of them when I didn't actually need the queen of clubs to be a winner. I was just leading it to see if he would try a rough. And he did. Board 9, 4 hearts, doubled, down 1. Another stupendous result for holding it to down 1. East gave it away by switching to a spade at the end. I don't know why. I feel like he could read things pretty well at that point, but he didn't. And I read the hand pretty well, I think, and tried to take best advantage of the layout that I imagined, which was the real one. Board 10, 2 diamonds, made 3, a bit above average. I don't think anything special happened here. Pitching a heart from hand and roughing in dummy rather than roughing in hand didn't actually end up mattering because East had the 10 of diamonds. Okay. Board 11, 1 no, making 3, a bit above average. Well, you know, I guessed the diamond's right. I also took the club finesse, but it turns out that didn't matter. Board 12, a bit below average for making only 4. Really? 5, 8, 9, 10. I mean, you never have more than 10 tricks. I guess if you win an earlier spade, the opponents are somehow convinced to discard some spade winners, and you can set up additional clubs, maybe? Interesting. 13, just another average. Nothing happened on this board at all. Except that if opponents had started with diamonds, I mean, nobody's opponents started with diamonds. At a real club, some players might have led a diamond, and then you can't so easily get rid of your diamond trick. In fact, I think you just can't, period, get rid of it. Yes, a diamond would hold you to 2. 14, just dead average for making 5 diamonds. There really wasn't anything anyone could do here. You can't even accidentally give up a club ruff because East doesn't have any trumps. Board 15, a hair above average. Yeah, like I said, maybe a few idiots lost a heart trick, but it's hard to do that. 16, we were in 3-no making 6. A little above average. What? I don't think there was anything you could do differently here. I mean, I guess you could not take the hard finesse, but like at some point you have to take it, and then when you do, it works. I don't know. Did somebody duck a diamond? Seems crazy. Then you could be in trouble. Oh, I guess you could mess up your entries. Yes. When you play a low club and West plays the queen, you have to duck. And this would be just as true if you played ace and then low. West would be forced at that point to play the queen, and you super duper should play low at that point. But some BBOers would probably be... What's the word I'm thinking of? Not swayed, not compelled. Tempted? They're like on autopilot and they just play the king. But it's very wrong. Anyway, that was a decent session. It was nice to get to play a compound squeeze, even though I only played it in my head, and at the end, at the table, they just covered my finesse. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed. And, I guess, what are we doing? It's day 1 of 3. I plan to play in day 2 and day 3, but I might forget. These things happen. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.